to the second part of my 2014 favourites. It's all about makeup this time. You know the deal, I'm sure you've seen millions of these videos on YouTube already. I'm going to talk about what I've been loving for the past year in terms of makeup. So yeah, let's just get straight in. My favourite primer this year has to have been the Laura Mercier foundation primer. This is just the original one. I've never normally been much of a primer sort of girl, but I have been absolutely loving this. It goes on almost like a moisturiser, doesn't leave your skin feeling tacky at all, and it's just a really, really nice consistency. It's almost like a gel kind of formula. I don't know if you can see that, but it basically just rubs in into nothing. It doesn't make anything look dewy, it just makes your skin as it is, but just a whole lot better for keeping makeup on. It's only been recently that I've actually turned into more of a foundation sort of girl, but beforehand I was always all about the BB creams. My favourite ever BB cream, even to this day, has to be the Garnier Miracle Skin Perfector, and as you can see I have just been attacking this packaging completely because I just haven't had a chance to go out and get a new one. I've smushed it completely, I've ripped off the lid. I think this just shows how much I like this product. It's about £10 and I think it's pretty much the best BB cream out there. It's a perfect colour for my skin, and I just find that it just makes everything look really flawless without actually having to worry about blending foundation in. So even now, even though I do like my foundation in the winter time, I will just chuck this on in the day if I am in a bit of a rush. Whenever I do use foundation though, I have actually been using the Face and Body foundation from MAC. I've also really been enjoying the RMK creamy foundation, but this has probably been my favourite throughout the whole year as opposed to the RMK because I've only recently just discovered that one. But yeah, I absolutely love using this. I love the fact that it's really buildable. It's the perfect colour for me, and I just love how much product is in here. I know it's obviously you can use it on your body as well, but I just think I'm only going to use this for my face. This bottle is going to go a very long way. I only have a very small face anyway. So yeah, I absolutely love this. It goes on so easily. It doesn't look very cakey at all, even if I put about 3 layers of it on. And yeah, I just absolutely love using this. So 2014 had to have been the year that I discovered makeup brushes, specifically the rose gold Zoeva makeup brushes. Now these are pretty much everywhere. I think I've seen them on every single Pinterest and Tumblr account there is, but they are amazing, not just because of how they look, but because of how they actually perform as brushes. These are just a few of my favourites. I use this one here for buffing in my foundation, this one for doing contour, and then this one for doing any real powder, so anything from a blusher to a bronzer to a face powder, just depending on what I'm feeling each day. They're just so high quality, they apply my makeup really, really nicely, and obviously they look really, really good as well. But generally I would recommend Zoeva brushes for pretty much everything. I like to think I've got a fairly full collection of them now, and I've never found a Zoeva brush that I didn't like, so yeah. Out of all the concealers I've ever tried, whether it's drugstore or more high-end, the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer still comes out on top. I use the shade Cool Medium, and I find that this is just perfect for pretty much anything that needs doing. I use it on spots, I use it in the corners of my nose, I use it under my eyes, it pretty much does it all. I've also had a lighter colour that I have lost, but that was actually really, really good for highlighting under my brow or something. And I just absolutely love this. I mean, for £4 you really cannot go wrong, and it's so hyped up for a reason. I mean, there are a lot of products out there that are sort of overly hyped up, but this one really does earn every single positive review that it gets. A favourite product of mine since pretty much makeup began is the Garnier BB Cream Miracle Skin Perfector for under eyes. If it came down to me using just one product on my face for the rest of time, it would probably have to be this, purely because it really does make such a difference for my under eye circles. The one downside to this is the fact that this is the lightest colour that they do, and it's just the right colour for me, so anyone paler than me, you might want to skip out on this one, but if you are similar sort of colour to me, or maybe even darker, then I would definitely recommend this. For bronzing and contouring, I have to say that my favourite has been the Too Faced Chocolate Bronzer, and not only for the smell, because it does smell just like cocoa powder, but it's just the perfect matte bronzer. It's quite similar to Hoola, so if you really like Hoola, then you probably like this. Again, quite similar to NARS Laguna. A really nice sort of matte bronzy shade that you might be able to see there, but it blends so, so nicely. It's the perfect colour for me all year round, basically. You can make it darker, you can blend it out so it's a bit more lighter and natural, but it's just absolutely my favourite product for contouring and bronzing. This year I've pretty much stuck to the same blusher all year round, and it's the Natural Collection Rosy Glow. I just absolutely love Natural Collection blushes. They're so affordable and they're just such good quality as well. I mean, the pigmentation is really good. You really cannot go wrong with them, and this colour in particular is perfect for a more natural flushed look. Whenever I wear it, it doesn't really look like I've got blush on as such. It more just looks like I'm maybe a little bit hot or a little bit embarrassed or something, but I do just like it because it is really natural. It is so cheap, and if it ever breaks, which sometimes they do, I mean, who really cares, because it's like £1.99 and they're available pretty much everywhere. The winner for the best highlighter of 2014 has to go to Benefit's What's Up. I mean, it's a really unique colour for a highlighter. You might think it might look a bit too golden, a bit too J-Lo, but it's such a natural colour that really does just make you look like you've got some sort of highlight on your cheeks. I've been using this for years. It's one of the first Benefit products I was ever introduced to, and I'll use it down my nose, the corner of my eyes, my brow bone, on the tops of my cheeks. I'll use it pretty much anywhere that catches any light. I thought I lost this for a little while and I was absolutely gutted, but it's back in my life and now I cannot stop using it. My favourite powder of the year is the Suku Nuancing Loose Powder Glow, and this I've had for maybe about 3 or 4 months, so it's quite a new discovery of mine. I actually do use the puff, which I never thought I would really do, but it's just such a nice powder that really does just give me a natural finish. I don't like the overly matte look at all. And this just gives me it gets rid of any oily sections really, especially when I'm filming. I'll put it down my T-zone and it'll get rid of any shine. If you're the sort of person that likes a more natural look than anything more matte, then I would 100% recommend this, purely because it does just give you a more natural finish as opposed to anything that looks overly blotted out. It does just get rid of any slight shine while still letting it shine through a little bit. So you're not going to look like you've thrown a load of powder over your face like your nan. You will just look like you have naturally perfect skin. Eyeshadow has never really been a favourite of mine, but whenever I do use it, I use the Becca Eye Colour Powder Demi Matte in Tweed, and this is just, you can tell that I don't really use it this often purely because it's still got the hashings on it, but I do just use this maybe in the socket just to warm up my eyes a little bit, but otherwise I don't really use many eye products. It's just this one that's ever really on my eyes. If I do ever go for a bit of liner, I will forever use the Laura Geller gel liner. I've had this for probably too long. I probably need to throw it away, but there's still a lot of product left, and I just love the packaging on it as well. I mean, you've got your product in the bottom, and then you just take that out and you've got your whatever it's called, the brush thing, the brush. So this is just so easy, it's so compact, and I absolutely love using it. It is quite pricey compared to a lot of gel liners, but I haven't found any drugstore alternative that works as well as this one. In terms of kohl pencils, the only real pencil that I use is the Scandalise from Rimmel in the shade 005 Nude, and I only ever really use this in my waterline if I've like barely slept or if I'm just looking a bit lackluster, and this does just work. It makes your eyes look a lot more awake. It's a lot more natural than putting a white liner in your eyes. It just, it's more fleshy tone, so it does get rid of any redness. And yeah, this is basically a lifesaver at uni, because whenever I have late nights or I am writing about 40 essays in one go, this will pretty much make me still look like a human being the next day. Onto my eyelashes, and there is never a day when I will not use my Numero eyelash curlers. Since I found these, I've just been obsessed, and I just don't think any other eyelash curler works as well as these. They're really comfortable to use, they don't tug at all, and they really capture all of my lash at the same time. I've got quite long eyelashes, so sometimes I find that other eyelash curlers don't have a big enough gap to put all my eyelashes through, whereas this one does just like clamp them all down completely and give them a really nice curl. After thinking about which mascara I've used most this year, I've realised that it's actually the Bourjois Mascara Elastic, and this is something that I actually got sent. I'd never really heard of it before, I'd never really seen it in shops, but it's probably one of my favourite mascaras ever. I really like the brush. It's a nice thin brush that's kind of plasticky, and it does just pick up every single lash. It's a really black formula, makes my eyelashes look really long, and obviously another plus point is the fact that it's really affordable as well. I think it's safe to say that I like my brow products, and one of my favourite brow products of all time has to be the Sleek Eyebrow Stylist. Mine is very well loved, as you can see, and it's right on its last legs. It's barely even turning up anymore, but I use the shade Dark. It's got a spoolie on the end, and it's just an amazing dupe for the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I think that's the one, or it's the Hourglass something, but either one of those really expensive ones. It's just amazing. I would not be without this at all. I stopped using this for a little while, and I realised that my face kind of didn't look overly framed properly, but now I'm back on this baby and I am just all about the brows again. And obviously I can't talk about my favourite brow products without including the Benefit Gimme Brow. This is pretty much a lifesaver if I am running late or if I'm just looking a little bit worse for wear. I will use this and it will just bring my face all together really. It'll give me a lot more shape. Pair this with the BB cream or the under eye roll on and I look more like a human being. I'll just curl my lashes, whack on a bit of mascara and I'm pretty much good to go. But I think if you maybe have more sparse brows, then this is definitely one to look at because it does just give you eyebrow hairs. I don't know how it does it, but it just gives you more hairs. I don't really have a favourite lipstick or lip gloss purely because it's only been recently that I started using anything on my lips, but my favourite pairing of the moment has to be the Maybelline Colour Drama in Nude Perfection and then the lip liner from Collection in the shade number 8 Natural. These two together is what I've got on today. I saw this on Sarah Ashcroft's YouTube channel. She's that pommy girl on Instagram and on her blog. And her lips always look amazing and this is actually the exact colour that she uses. So I saw these in Boots and I picked them up. They're so affordable as well and the lipstick, lip pen, whatever you want to call it, goes on really nicely and it's really creamy as well. So I have been absolutely loving these two and I'm sure I will get a lot of wear out of them in 2015. So thank you for watching my 2014 favourites. Let me know your favourites down in the comments below. I won't keep you too long purely because you've probably been sat here for way too long and you're probably very bored of looking at my face and hearing my voice. So I will leave it here. I hope you all have a great day and I will see you in my next video. Bye!